Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Get onto Facebook. What's going on here? Good evening, good evening. The internet is acting funny. Let's get it. Let's get it. How are you doing? Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Let's make it change the privacy to public. Boom. There we go. For Facebook. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. And some people call me what? Little boy. That's little boy. Going all the way back to the what? 767 Whitey Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. How are you doing tonight, beautiful people? Come on into the room. Come on into the room. There'll be some people watching tonight that I'll give a shout out. I may not be able to see them, but I'll be able to try to give them a shout out. There's a couple of people I invited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. How are you, beautiful people, doing? Let me see who's on the chat so far so I can give a quick shout out. Let's see who's in there. Peach Goodwill, good evening. And Veronica, all the way in Dominica. What's up? How are you doing? Sakafet. All them fruits and fish. I see all you eating gel cafe more. I got my way. I am drooling. So welcome. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Again, my name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. And some people call me what? Little boy. That's little boy. Going all the way back to the 767 Whitey Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Tall is her body. I wish I was there right now. Somebody's watching right now who's there. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. And now the South sustains me. Just before I start, I got to give a special shout out. There is somebody watching right now, and I just said, hello, Glenda TC. Oh my gosh. I am meeting with this client tomorrow. And guess what? I already claimed her as family. Oh my gosh. I need a sip of water to get excited. Glenda, her maiden name is Tally, Talley. What's Sandy's maiden name? Tally, Talley. And she knows Uncle Calvin. Uncle Calvin passed a couple years ago. So good to see you, Glenda. Looking forward to meeting you tomorrow as we go through and take care of some stuff for you, talk to you, and educate you. Good evening, Delphina LeBlanc, all the way in Canada. So we got Dominica, we got the U.S., we got Canada. Pretty soon we might see St. Martin. One of my good friends who usually watch, a good Facebook supporter from St. Martin, told me they will not be able to watch tonight because they're in church. Esther Duran-Kazemi is in church tonight, so enjoy your service wherever you are. I am so excited, man, tonight. I am so excited. Sometimes I play music, right? And then I have to stop it because Facebook is going to, like, what's the word? They're going to, they're going to stop it. But I've been playing this song. You guys know what an allegory is? Do you know what an allegory is? If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see the definition of an allegory. So what are we going to do tonight? Just before we start, right? Let me just play an intro of that song, and then we'll do some announcements. I'll give you some good information, and then we'll start, all right? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Today I'm more confused.
I'm more confused. You're listening.
Yet I look for the light through the pouring rain.
I'm looking for the light. Looking for the light. Yes.
You know that's a game that I hate to lose.
And I never lose with Tuesdays with Terrence.
And I'm feeling the strain. Ain't it a shame? Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.
Let's stop it. Let's stop it. The lyric says, day after day, I'm more confused. Yet I look for the light through the pouring rain. That's a game that I hate to lose. And I'm feeling the strain. Ain't it a shame? Well, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Or give me the beat, boy, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. It's kind of awesome, awesome, awesome song. This the second verse says what? It says basically, let me stop it right there too. The second verse says, let me read it slowly for you because before the bridge, it basically says, begin to think that I'm wasting time. I don't understand the things I do. The world outside seems so kind. Now I'm counting on you to carry me through. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I want to get lost in the rock and roll. Some of you guys carry me through every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am so excited tonight to talk to you on Tuesdays with Terrence. I have a special program planned for you every Tuesday at this time. So I want to thank all of you who are tuning in slowly but surely. Some of you are coming in as we do it. I mean, if you say a hello in the chat, I'll be able to acknowledge you. If you don't, you know that I'm thinking about you. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Just before we start and play our theme song, I'm really, really happy tonight. I am actually streaming on 5 platforms tonight, 5 social media platforms. My business page on Facebook, which is Bardui Financial Services. My regular Facebook page, which is Havis Bardui, H. Terrence Bardui. I'm on LinkedIn, Havis Bardui, H. Terrence, in parentheses, Bardui on LinkedIn. I'm on YouTube, my financial page, Bardui Financial Services. And tonight, for the first time, I'm streaming live on Twitter. And on Twitter, I am HTB964. So I'm streaming live on Twitter. So I'm on 5 platforms. My eldest brother lives in Toronto, Canada. He said, oh my gosh, you big shot. Pretty soon you'll be on CNN and Fox. CNN, I don't know about Fox. But I'll do Fox too because I got to help everybody. This is not discriminatory here. So I want to welcome each and every one of you to the show. Just before we start, let's play our theme song to get us into the mood. Let's play our theme song to get us into the mood. Let's play our theme song to get us into the mood. All right? It says you don't have to be a star to be on my show. You don't have to have a million to be on my show. And remember that, folks. You don't have to be a star. You don't have to be a million. Let me help you. All right? Let me help you. Here goes. Boom. This is Miss Maynard Thomas, my baby sister. Last week she turned, I can't tell you her age. She turned something, sweet 16. I don't want to get in trouble. I might get in trouble. She might be watching tonight. Woo! Come as you are, family. Come as you are.
Family, come as you are, with just your heart, and I'll help you win. Are you rejected or hurt? To me, you're worth much more than you put in.
I don't need no superstars. I don't.
Now I don't need no superstar, 'cause I'll accept you as you are. You won't be denied, 'cause I'm satisfied with the help that I can provide. You don't have to be rich, family, to be on my show. You don't have to have a million, family, to be on my show.
Boom. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. I am H. Terrence Bardui. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. That was Miss Maynard Thomas singing, telling you don't have to have a million to be on my show. Good evening, V. Good to see you all the way in Dominica. Good to see you, Miss Rosanna Massacart, all the way in New Jersey. People are starting to tune in. Some of you are at work. Wherever you are tonight, I don't take it for granted. Okay? I don't take it for granted. Some of you support me. I know there's 3 people watching right now who are at work, and they're watching. They're at work and they're watching my show. And when they're home, they watch my show at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Every Tuesday is my time for them. It's not Netflix, not CNN, not Facebook. Well, Facebook, I'm on Facebook, but it's not ESPN, Fox, Hulu, going out to eat. It's Terrence time. And I thank you all for so religiously supporting the program. I don't take it for granted. There's a lot of other things you could be doing tonight, but you decided to tune in. And I'm so glad to see some new faces tuning in tonight. I am so excited. You know, it brings me great joy when I see familiar faces. Some of you I've never met. Some of you I've never, ever met. You know, Atlin Pittman, I know personally. We're from the same village in the Caribbean, but I haven't seen her in over 46 years. You know, Delphina LeBlanc, I know personally. We're from the same village, but I haven't seen her in over 46 years. So, I mean, I'm telling you people, these people are at least 46. I can't say how old they are. They are 46. There's some other people watching right now that I've never met, you know, and I want to thank you for tuning in the show tonight. Thank you for tuning in the show tonight. Let's see what the markets did just before we start our show. Let's see what the markets did today. For those of you who are invested in the market, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, you know what? You lost money. The Dow Jones was down 231.07. The NASDAQ was down 160.53. And the S&P was down 47.05. If you look at it, it's all red. It's all red. It's all red. It's all red. So what that means is my clients, the people who choose to do business with me, with the multi-billion-dollar companies that I represent, they sleep like this because they never lose a penny. Today, Glenda Talley Carmichael learned something. She learned that zero is the hero. And that's why I love what I do. I used to do securities and stocks and bonds and mutual funds back in the day. I don't do that no more. I'm the safe money guy. I don't believe my clients lose a penny, especially if you're retired and especially if you're in your 50s. You shouldn't be losing a penny. You're not 23. You ain't got 33, 43, 53. So you ain't got 40 years to go. You don't. Of working, you need to solidify what you got. Elizabeth Bardui, my beautiful cousin all the way in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn in the house. How are you, darling? Good to see you. Jean Lapointe is representing the show tonight. Even Bowie is representing the show. And Benz, Papa Met. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Let me take a quick look here. And for those of you, you know, at the end, I will put, Pebush too, Pebush. Excusez-moi. Everybody's there, man. Let me see. For those of you, you can see my number scrolling. And like I said, right now, I am streaming on 5 platforms. Bardui Financial Services, Facebook, my business page. Havers Bardui, my regular Facebook page. My YouTube channel, Bardui Financial Services. LinkedIn, Havers H. Terrence Bardui. And my Twitter. I'm on Twitter as well. I've been on Twitter for years, but I never really use it that much. So I have to take my Twitter and my Instagram and stop making them private. So I can't stream on Instagram because this platform does not allow it. Okay, does not allow it. So I'm really, really excited today. How are you guys doing? Everybody doing well? You know, everybody's doing good? Yes, no, maybe. A couple of weeks ago, we celebrated Mother's Day. I played a song for you guys. Some of you guys were crying, you know, and I'm thankful that, you know, we all have a mother. Some of us don't have our mothers anymore. But if there's someone in your life that can act like a mother, respect them, and give them that love as well. Adopt a mother. But we all have that. So tonight, our show, I'm going to pontificate tonight on a couple of things. I'm going to talk about budgeting. I'm going to talk about why some of you all are always broke. And I'm going to talk about life insurance. I'm going to talk about annuities, talk about living benefits. But I'm also going to talk about social media, using social media as a platform to create something that people need. I do that every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You see, I'm not here to preach to you how to use your social media. And don't preach to me how to use mine because I get really upset when you do that. I crack a lot of jokes, but most of my posts are professional posts pontificating, educating, advocating financial literacy. Financial literacy is not taught in schools. It's not taught at church. Some churches now they have Dave Ramsey, and some other churches have some programs. But overall, overall, it's not taught. Your parents didn't even teach some of you. Credit. Mine's shot right now. You know, last year, I remember around this time, it was like 750. I was balling, shot calling. So now I know what I have to do. You know, we talked about a couple of weeks ago credit cards and credit utilization. There's a young client of mine that I'm helping right now who is using infinite banking to minimize a couple of them. You know, to minimize some of their debt, credit card debt. Credit card debt or just debt, any kind of debt is a financial cancer. Now, some debts are good. You know, you got a mortgage, you got a place to live, a car loan, you got to get a car. Even credit cards could be good if you get to pay it off every month. But sometimes life happens. And when life happens, we get into a hole. And then we don't pay ourselves. And if you continue paying that minimum payment just to the credit card and have nothing else to eliminate your debt, like a get out of debt program, because remember, what's my mantra? Income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation. That's all I do. You know, you got to protect your legacy. You work hard all your life. God forbid something happens to you. I don't want anything to happen to you. What legacy are you going to leave for your loved ones, your children, your grandchildren? Some of you always posting on social media how you love your kids, you know, but you let me tell you something. If you have a kid and the kid has their own car, their own home, their own this, when you die, you know, they're probably going to sell it because they want the money. They want the moolah, the money. That's what they want. They want the money, okay? And you guys know I have sinuses and it's killing me as always, and allergies. But the point is this. There comes a time in your life where you have to hedge against your losses. There comes a time in your life where you have to hedge against your losses. What do you mean, Havis? What do you mean, Terrence? What do you mean, Mr. Bardui? What do you mean, Luca Boy? I'm going to tell you. Some of you don't save a penny. Some of you saved to a 401k, but what you basically did was you went into and there's a couple of clients I'm going to see the next couple of days. I'm going to tell them what they did was you went into a deal with the government. You put up all the money. You took all the risk by investing, market losses up and down. You handle all the overhead, what funds to put it in. And then 30 years or 40 years when you retire, your beautiful uncle is going to tell you how much you owe him. And some of you, your companies match some contributions. And I don't have a problem with that. It's free money. But after the match, no. Learn other concepts that you can use to create tax-favored retirement. Some of you are still young, in your 30s or 40s. I'm not talking to people in Canada, people in Dominica, people in England, people in St. Martin, people. I can't help those people. I'm talking to those of you in the continental United States. And all of you in Canada and Dominica and St. Martin, you have family and friends in the continental United States. And some of you have shared my stuff. I'm very grateful. Some of you like it, some of you comment. But the key here is Some of you need to make calls to some of your family and friends and ask them, why aren't they doing what I'm talking about? Some of you in different countries have taken my advice, have called your advisors, and augmented your programs. In other words, you've made your programs better. You add stuff, you put more stuff. There's one person who's watching right now who told me their advisor says, where did you learn that? Who you been talking to? And the person smiled and said, well, I have a friend who has a show and he gives awesome advice. And he can't help me, but if I lived here, he would be my advisor. Now, that person bit the bullet because I can't compete over there. I can't help them over there. But people from other countries are watching. Those of you who are here in the continental United States, some of you may think I'm mean by the things I say. I'm actually not. I'm actually loving, caring, and kind. You cannot tell me you've been watching Tuesdays with Terrence for over 3 years and you haven't done anything. I made a post about that today. It's either three things: you're bullheaded, you're stubborn, or you're too prideful because it's me. Well, don't go to somebody else, but do it. Do it. Because I keep telling you guys, life happens. Life happens. There are some people probably watching who I can't see right now. If you're watching, Kim, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. Looking forward to working with you tomorrow. And some of you have taken so many risks that you don't even understand that you're not budgeting properly and you're affecting your future self. Let me explain what I mean. If you have debt, you can't be planning lavish vacations. You can't be buying motorcycles and getting your hair done every week and you can't do that. What you got to do is talk to me. Maybe we can use the snowball effect of debt or the avalanche effect of debt. The snowball effect is paying the small debt off first, and then the amount that you were paying on that debt, you put it back to the next bigger debt, or you can pay the big one first, and then start. That's avalanche. But some of you, if you go do this and you go do debt consolidation, which I don't recommend, you're not helping yourself because you're not taking care of your future self. You're not creating any wealth. What if you hear me talk about income protection? If you're retired, your Social Security and your pension is protected, right? You're not, whether you get a critical illness or chronic illness, you're going to get paid. But if you're working and you have a job and you can't work anymore, where are you going to get money from? The money that you wasn't saving? And some of you can fool me or think you're fooling me, but you're fooling yourselves. I'm on a trek now to get my credit back up to where it was. I have 5 credit cards and they're all at 0 because I'm trying to I have some other debts, just another debt of mine that's going to start for the next 10 years. I want to eliminate it before 10 years, definitely. I think I'll take care of it in the next month or 2. But the point I'm trying to make here is that I want to make sure that I'm maximizing my future so I can access it tax-free. Or if I get hurt, or if I get sick with a critical illness, chronic illness, I'm going to be going all over the place tonight. So some of you just pay attention, get a pen and paper. Some of you may have to call me, DM me, text me, fax me, I don't know, YouTube me, I don't know, something me. So you need to be writing down what you one of my biggest pet peeves with people or clients, prospective clients, prospects, suspects, people I know, family, friends, people I don't know. One of my biggest pet peeves, let me tell you all this. Don't ever think that you're fooling me. You can't. You can't. I know what's best for you. Remember, I don't fry chicken. I don't do hair. I don't cut hair. I don't do breaks. And nothing is wrong with that. I don't crochet. I don't bake. We got some bakers watching some. All of those things are good. But I don't do any of that. I only do one thing. And that's making sure the people who, and I want to make something else very clear as well. Some people think that they're choosing me. I have to still decide to work with you. And this may sound like an arrogant statement, but it's not. Some of you I don't want for clients. You're like, what did you say, Havis? What did you say, Terrence? What did you say, Mr. Bardui? No, you're not giving me a 6'9". You're not fooling me. Go somewhere else. I know what's best for you. I'll help you if you're willing, allowing me to lead you. You see, the problem here is that because I don't fry chicken and do breaks and bake and do hair, my expertise is this: income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation. Never losing a penny. Zero is the hero. That's what I do. And let me tell you all something. The average American makes $2 million in their working lifetime. So if you make 50 grand a year and you work 20 years, that's $1 million. So if you make 50 grand a year and you work 40 years, that's 2 million. Or if you make 100 grand a year for 10 years, it's $1 million. Or 20 years, that's 2 million. And the average salary in the United States is not 100 grand. It's actually under 50 grand. The average. You see, y'all are thinking about LeBron James and Trumps and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and Bill Gates. And no, we ain't talking about those people. We're talking about people like you and me, the average person. Middle America, under 50 grand. They make somewhere between 30 and 40 grand. The average income in the United States of America. I think it went up a little bit to maybe 45 or somewhere like that, I think. But between 30 and 40, max maybe 45. But that's the average. And I think it's lower because remember now, there's a lot of retirees. There's 10,000, baby boomers turning 65 every day in America. So when you turn 65 and you go on Medicare, you're not working anymore. You got a pension. So if you're making, let's do some math. All right, I'm just picking a figure. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just picking a figure. So let's say you make, let's see, why is this acting so slow? Basic math. You make $4,000 a month times 12. That's 48 grand. But the average people, some people, all they have is Social Security. They ain't making 48 grand. They ain't. All they got Social Security, no 401k, no pension plan. When you go to Walmart and you see people saying, hi, welcome to Walmart, old people, you think they're there because they want to welcome you to Walmart? They're there because they failed to plan, so they plan to fail. And some of them did no better. They did the best they could, and they have to go work at Walmart. Because if it's volunteer, they want to volunteer, they can go volunteer at their kid's school or at their church or the library or do something, a food shelter, a food bank or something. So with you, the average American, you make $2 million when you retire, by the time you retire, and you've only saved less than $100,000. That isn't the American dream. I know someone right now, my age, two people, one I went to high school with, and the other, and I've seen it. I've seen their statements. Their retirement plans, like their 401ks, are almost $1 million. because they've been working and saving. They're very thrifty. They're very, some people are thrifty, but some people are frivolous with their spending. And I'll tell it to anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you get mad at me. And if you become my client, there's certain things I'm going to tell you, you got to stop doing. Now, life happens. Don't get me wrong. Because if life happens and, you're sick and you don't have the money, you need a medication, you're going to have to pay for it. You don't have the money, you may have to charge it. I mean, life happens. But life doesn't always happen. When you're in surplus, save. When you're in scarcity, save. You just take it down. You see, the problem, that's why the concept of tithing biblically is a marvelous concept. So you're making 100 grand, 10,000. You're making $10, $1. It's not how much you make, it's the percentage. So it's what are you saving? It's not how much you make. A lot of you make good money. But what are you saving? And for what bothers me most with anybody who has a job and don't earn personal life insurance, I irk when I see them. It actually, my skin turns. Sometimes I want to go, what's your problem? What's your problem? I can't do that, and I won't do that, figuratively speaking. Why? You can't be watching Tuesdays with Terrence for 3 years, 2 years, a year, and every year you get a birthday, you're getting older, it's getting more expensive, and you're not protecting your income. You're procrastinating, you're asking me for all kind of research, all kind of crap, foolishness. No living benefits, no ABRs. I had the ABR queen on there, Miss Venus Senior, a couple of weeks ago. She went over all of that with you. You're not protecting, and as you get older, you're going to get sick. Right now, when I was 30 years old, I could do backflips. I'm lying, but I could do all this kind of stuff. And never, when I was in my 20s, I used to party all night long and go to work. Now, I'm old, man. Sometimes I come in the room 3 times. What did I come in here for? Your body starts breaking after you start in your 40s, 50s, 60s. You start breaking down. And some of you, your body's so broken that you're uninsurable. So when you're healthy and vibrant, put something in place. Now, if you have assets and then you have health challenges, there's other things I can do for you. If you have a 401k, a 403b, a 457, a TSP, I can show you how to protect it where you will never, ever lost a penny. I take great pride in that. But if you're still younger and you're working still, last year we had a client. One of my colleagues had a client in Pennsylvania. In May, the client got $1 million policy because they had a wife and a kid. I think the kid was going to school later, want to go to medical school or whatever. In September, the person died unexpectedly. Left a wife, kid, I don't know, mortgage, debt, college student. But guess what? Our president, Mr. Anthony Stewart, and one of our $1 million roundtable, Joseph Juanini, drove up to Pennsylvania, and they gave the widow, not gave, but they delivered $1 million check. Wouldn't it be nice, each and every one of you can, when the time comes, you could pass $1 million of generational wealth, tax-free, to the ones that you posted on social media that you love so much. Your husband, your wife, your kids. That you all always putting pictures up. He did it. Why can't you do it? You can't do $1 million, do $500,000. You can't do $500,000, do $250,000. You see, generational wealth means different things to different people. For the Rockefellers, it's billions. For some people, it's millions. For some people, it's hundreds of thousands. What are you doing Who in your family is going to be the first person to create wealth tax-free, a million or more? I spoke to someone this weekend, young person, early 40s. I said to them, you need to put 2 million in place because you said you help family, mother, father, everybody comes to you. You're not married, you got no kids. I said to them, even if you're still young, you can get married and have kids. At 40, you could. My mother had me at 44, I think. But the point is, I told this individual, let's play devil's advocate and you end up alone. And nothing is wrong with being alone because you have got to deal with the stress, right? Because men could stress you, so can women, right? If something happens to you, who's going to take care of what you need to take care of? If you're living paycheck to paycheck, I'm not saying anybody is, but if you are, what's your recourse? What's your recourse? You see, the problem with middle America is that we want to buy things we cannot afford to impress people we don't like. And put ourselves in debt. It happens all the time. Yesterday, I had to take care of some business in South Carolina. I saw 2 cars for sale, a Range Rover and a Jeep. The Jeep was a 2017. It only had 50,000, 53,000 miles on it. I'm like, wow, great condition. Leather seats. The guy's like 24 grand or best offer. He had his the Range Rover was a little older. I think 2012 had over 100,000 miles on it. He's like 20 grand or best offer. And people were looking at it like crazy. But wouldn't it be great if you had enough infinite banking, cash value, when you need to do something, you could just do it? It doesn't have to be a car. It could be starting a business. I just told you one of my young clients just yesterday took out some funds out of their infinite banking to pay down some debt. I have someone last week who kind of did the same thing as well to eliminate 3 of their credit card debts and then redirect those payments they were making every month to their bigger one to eliminate. You see, we did the snowball effect. We took the smaller ones, paid them off, and then the money that you would be paying for that, you have to put it. You see, you know the mistake that most consumers make? When they pay off a bill, they think they have money to spend. Big mistake. That's because you all don't have any financial literacy. You don't. Some of you have monies in the bank and you're taking it to buy something. There's a client tomorrow that we're going to see. I think I'm going to Annapolis, Maryland. And this client wants to buy some land and just do it cash. We're like, no, you can't do that. Let's show you how to use the concepts. You see, you can't be frivolous with your money. You can't be. But if you are, you got to change your mindset. Because the only person who can take care of your future self is who? Your current self. I keep preaching this over and over and over. And people ask me, why do I do it over and over and over? Because I personally know people, friends, family, acquaintances who ain't got jack with these concepts. But a prophet is not welcome in his own land, his own country. So I teach the masses on social media, and those people make decisions. That prospective client, that the 2 clients I'm meeting tomorrow, I've never met him. The one I talked to about last Sunday, on Sunday, I didn't know him. I don't know him. I've never met him. And there's another client I helped on Sunday who's my existing client. She called me and we converted some of her stuff from temporary to permanent, and then we're showing her how she can also eliminate debt. You see, debt is what's crippling some of you. Debt. So some of you want to go take a loan. No, it's the wrong thing. You want to consolidate your debt. How is that creating wealth? For you or for your family to come or your generations? And don't tell me, well, I took care of them till the college and the no. So stop pretending like they're the best eating sliced bread then. I pray I live a long, long life, but if I don't, I put enough in place for my kids and my legacy. Something that didn't happen for me with my parents because they didn't know and I didn't know. The knowledge I have right now, some of you got parents who are healthy and you all need to start investing in your inheritance. Do like the Jews in New York. Take out, you guys pool your money together, take out big, big policies because chances are they're probably going to die before you. And then when they pass, you have money to start businesses, to do this, to do that. And then you pass it on from generation to generation. You see the Jews, right? A Jew will always know about the Holocaust, or whatever you call it, because they talk about it. They teach their kids about it. It's the same thing with financial literacy. You have to be the first one in your family to start $1 million legacy. I did. I did. What bothers me so much is people that look like me too, who don't get it. The people who look like this are hard-headed, stubborn, proud, and not listening to what they have to do. I'm not telling you don't have fun. Listen, man, you work hard. I'm not telling you don't take vacations, but you can't be up your you-know-what in debt and you want to go on vacation. No, minimize your debt and then have a big lavish vacation. I was talking to someone last night, driving from South Carolina, who was an educator, and they said, when school's out this week, they're going away for a month because they planned ahead. Are you planning ahead? Are you planning for an emergency? You know what the 80-20 rule is in financial services? The 80-20 rule means 80% is long-term and 20% is emotional and emergency. An emergency is like your water heater busted or gone. That's an emergency. You got to replace it. Your car engine. Going to the mall and buying a $5,000 Louis Vuitton pocketbook or wallet is emotional spending. And that's foolish. If you're LeBron James, it don't matter. LeBron makes about maybe like $2 million a week for his salary. But you're not LeBron. You're not Bill Gates. You're not Elon Musk from Tesla. You're not Warren Buffett. You're not Trump. You're not Biden. You're not Obama. People you all love. You're just John Doe and Jane Doe. You're Havis. You're this. You're that. I'm not calling any names. That's who you are. And it doesn't matter where you live. I don't want to hear. Let me tell you something. I'm going to pick up some of my people in the Caribbean. You all may get mad at me, but I don't care because I'm not there to be your friend. I'm there to educate because I'm going to bring someone from the Caribbean. I'll be talking with her very soon, maybe next month, to bring her on the show or in July or in August or maybe September. You cannot go to every fete. For the year, pick which fete you're going to go and budget for that fete. But if you're going to every fete, you got to pay yourself first, though. And your family and friends in the diaspora is not your fete, is not your fete ATM either. I'm not saying anybody's doing that. I'm making a point. Money doesn't grow on trees here. England, Canada, USA, other countries where people are, wherever they are. So listen, I'm not here to tell you not to fence. I doesn't fence. But if you're going to, you know what? You like personal care, manicures, pedicures, your hair, different things. Budget that into it. But while you budgeting it, you can't be spending $100 a week on foolishness. That's $400 a month you could be investing in your future self. But some of you are doing it. Some of us are doing it. It's sad. It hurts. It hurts. And what hurts me the most here is that some of you are never going to change. Ernestine Peltier, my big sister in Brooklyn, New York, you listening tonight? Sakafet, Barbara Coney, Barry, Trafalgar, you listening tonight? All of you Dominicans who are listening and Americans, financial literacy is your responsibility. All you just research phone, pocketbook, recipes, cars. You don't even have to research financial literacy. All you got to do is every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, don't watch Hulu and Netflix and soap operas and watch Tuesdays with Terrence. Right now, my Celtics are playing, but I'm doing my show. I'm even scared to watch because all you know, we're 0-3, right? By God's grace, we'll pull it out tonight. But I'm here doing this every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't get paid for it. I drop knowledge. I pontificate. I educate. I teach you how to eradicate debt, how to protect your income, how to eliminate debt and create legacies for free. Some of you have gone to your advisors from what you learned from me. And that makes me feel damn good because I'm educating. And if you're not going to change what you're doing, let me tell all you something. I'm going to say it, and I've said it before. My sister told me not to say it. She told me don't say it because it's not Christ-like, but I'm going to say it. Any American who's my friend or anyone in the United States who are a legal alien with a green card or social security number or U.S. citizen, and you don't have living benefits, ABRs, and you have a critical illness or critical injury, do not send me a GoFundMe. McAfee, I'm not doing it. I get them all the time. I'm not doing it. Because you can prevent that. Now, our people in the Caribbean and different places, it's a little harder for them. You know, they don't have the resources we have here. So sometimes we have to help our people back home. We all do. If you're an immigrant, we all help our family back home. That's what we do. If you're American, you may not understand it, but that's what we do. All immigrants do it. The Africans do it, the Hispanics, the East Indians, the Asians, and the Caribbeans. Nous tout café. All of us do it. Because they're a little more, they're less fortunate than us. But here, stuff don't grow on trees now. Because some of you think it does. That's why I said you can't go to every fete. And some of you have no sense. Well, if you go into every fete, don't put it on social media because we're seeing it. When we say, oh, it's money you have. We're saying you can afford to. Because those things are not free. And don't say, well, somebody give me a ticket. If somebody give you a ticket, they give you a ticket. If somebody give me a ticket to a ball game, I'm going too. But you can go sometime, not all. But are you putting $5 in your credit union? $10? If in America, are you saving 10% of your income, 20%, 5%, something? And if you're not doing it, do it through infinite banking so you don't even see it. Or some of you get on your job, you have a 401k to contribute, whatever the match is, contribute to the match. If you can do more, don't. Put it on what I called a Roth IRA on steroids. That's living benefits, ABRs, tax favored income. Excuse me, the younger you are, the better it is. But if you're older, we can still help you, but you're going to put some money out. Some of you are very unrealistic. I'm not picking on anybody, but someone told me they want to retire by next year. But the person also told me they're living paycheck to paycheck. So, I mean, it was a joke, but the point I'm trying to make here is that you know what bothers me? I didn't have a me when I was younger. Yeah, I was in banking and other financial services, but I didn't have someone advocating. I mean, I know some things, and I made a lot of mistakes, guys. Let me tell you guys, I made a lot of mistakes. So that's why now I have a problem with people who want anybody. I'm not talking about anybody. So who the cap fit, wear it. I'm like a preacher. If you think I'm talking about you on the cap, wear it, I don't care, because I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about concepts. If you're just spending, and not saving, it's your fault. I don't want to hear about it. It's your fault. Put something in place. Protect your income. Eliminate debt and create a legacy just in case if you have a critical or chronic illness for living benefits. Like I said, if you live in the United States, you're a U.S. citizen or you are a legal alien with a green card and a social security number, don't send me no patat GoFundMe. Don't send it to me. No. Use infinite banking. Do what you can do. There are some people who are less fortunate and we may have to help. Life happens. I know that. But if you're healthy right now and you're not doing anything, starting today, start doing something. You don't have a job? I almost cursed and said, damn. I could say, get a damn job. After you get a job, then start saving. If you don't have a job, I'm not talking about you. If you have crazy health challenges, there's things you can still do. But you got to talk to me. I can't tell you on this. We got to have a private consultation. And I can show you what you can do. You have options. There's some of you who are watching all my clients right now, and you've put some in place, and I'm very proud of you. You can see my passion. You can feel my passion. You can taste my passion. I love doing this, man. I love talking about this. That's all I do. I will go to Timbuktu to help people. Because when I help people and life happens, I feel good. When I educate you and you do nothing and life happens, I don't feel good, but I don't feel guilty either. Like my mother would say, I don't feel green tea. I don't feel green tea. And I'm talking to a lot of foreigners who are from Dominica as well. Pasquez or pa café. And don't tell me you don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, that's true, but some of you are not. You Americans too. Living benefits is critical for every family. Income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation is paramount. And those of you who have 401ks and now you're no longer working, let's help you move it and put it in a safe haven. You see my passion? I'm not mad. I sound mad, but I'm not mad. This is passion, man. When my mother used to give me licks, the switch, she was mad. She wasn't mad. It was love licks. That's what she said. Because I was troublesome and I got a lot of licks. But it kept me on the straight and narrow. You know, I didn't get in trouble with the law. kept me on the straight and narrow. The only trouble I get in the law now is speeding tickets. I had one yesterday. I went to court and I wanted driving school. They gave me driving school. Praise the Lord. I get to go to driving school. A whole day you sit there listening to crap that I know. But the good thing is it does not go against my license and doesn't create points and make it more expensive. You get a ticket, don't pay it, go to court, ask for driving school. Go to driving school, then because then your insurance is going to go up. And that's money that you're taking away from your future self. That's why I do it. When I was younger and I first came down south, I was getting tickets and I was just paying them. Not anymore. Every time I'm going to court and I'm getting driving school because I know how to work the system. The judge said to me, yes, when I walked into court yesterday, they said, if you've been to driving school in the last year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, you don't qualify. And I sit in there. For you Dominicans, you're going to laugh. A mal-caca take me. I'm not explaining that to Americans. A mal-caca take me. Caca. Because I'm saying, I know I've gone. I was nervous. But I went up there, I give him my paper anyways, and I told you Americans who laugh, I always have to use the bathroom when I'm nervous or if I'm lying. If I'm nervous or lying, I got to use the bathroom. So you all know what a malcaca is now. I asked the sheriff, I said, where's the bathroom? I said, did the judge start on time? She said, well, she starts on time. He starts on time, so you got to be. I said, I got to go to the bathroom. She said, oh, the bathroom is right where you came in. I went to the bathroom. 10 minutes in there. I came back. When I walked back, she said, you're Havis Bardui. I said, yes, here's your paper. They sent me there. They call all these people DUIs and driving 90 miles an hour. Foolishness. Driving with no license. All kind of foolishness. They're all getting guilty, paying their fines. That thing's going to stay on your record for 10 years. Your license suspended for a year or for 6 months. This one guy got a 6-month suspended jail sentence. But when it was my turn, they said, Havis Bardui. I said, Papa Met. They even said my name properly, the French way. It was not a Dominican. They would say, Badwill. I walk up there. The judge would put my hand up. I put my hand up. And he asked me bluntly, you want driving school? Yes. Have you ever been to driving school? Now, I know the system. And let me tell you something. Just like the Rockefellers who use this concept that I'm talking about to create complicated trust so they can have generational wealth, I knew what I was supposed to do. And he said, have you been to driving school in the last 5 years? Man, I know the system. I said, Your Honor, you mean in the Commonwealth or you mean anywhere else? He said, yeah, in the Commonwealth. I said, Your Honor, I've been to driving school in the past, but I don't remember how long it's been. He said, you qualify for driving school. He asked the cop. The cop says, yes, because I was very respectful to the cop and I got my driving school. So I'm going to go for a whole day, listen to all the rules of the road. Don't speed. Don't do this. Don't text and drive. All that fool stuff. Not foolishness, but good stuff. And then go pay a fine. And it doesn't. I don't have to pay. It's a one-time fine. It's not a surcharge over and over. And those of you who are doing that, you're cheating yourself because that money could go into infinite banking, life insurance for. What did the Bible say? A wise man leave an inheritance for his children's children. What did the great Billie Holiday say? Mama may have, Papa may have. God bless the child who have his own. Create multi-million-dollar generational wealth. Okay, you can't do 2 million, do 1 million. You can't do $500,000. You can't do $250,000. Do 250,000. Do it. Do something. 100 grand. Do something. And don't be watching my show and you live in the United States and you're not doing anything. If you've done something, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ones who are the procrastinators. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. I'm the safe money guy. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Luku Boy. Going all the way back to the 767 Whitey Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. I'm passionate about what I do. You don't have to be a star. Like, share, subscribe, follow on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. It's on my page. I thank you so much. You don't have to be a star to be on my show. Good night, everybody. Like and share. I love you. Let's go, Celtics. Boom. Glenda, thanks for tuning in tonight. See you tomorrow. I'm bringing in a shake, a smoothie. Looking forward to helping middle American families create generational wealth.
Family, come as you are.
Good night.
With just
Like
your
and share.
heart.
Thank you.
And
I love you.
I'll help you win.
I'll help you win. I can help you win.
Are you rejected or hurt? Then be your word. Much more than you put in.
I don't need no superstars.
Now I don't need no superstar. 'Cause I'll accept you as you are. You won't be denied. 'Cause I'm satisfied with the help that I can provide. You don't have to be rich, family, to be on my show. You don't have to have a million, family, to be on my show.
You don't have to be rich. You don't have to have a million. You know, what did the song say that I was playing a little while ago? It said, day after day, I'm more confused. Yet I look for the light through the pouring rain. You know, that's a game that I hate to lose. And I'm feeling the strain. Ain't it a shame? Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. I don't understand the things I do. The world outside looks so unkind. Now I'm counting on you to carry me through. Now you're not going to carry me through, carry you through. God bless you. Let's create multi-million-dollar generational wealth, hundreds of thousands of dollars, not no final expense for $10,000 to bury you of $25,000. That's chicken feed. Let's do like the Jews and the Asians and the Caucasians. The wealth disparity in this country, Caucasians 171,000, African Americans is 16, 17,000. Let's change that. I love you. I thank you for your time. Like and share, follow, subscribe. Mwah! Good night, everybody. God bless you. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Thank you for your support, each and every one of you. Make it a good night.